All right, so a couple things to notice here. Number one, there is one interval. Okay, there is one shaded region here, so our answer is going to be one interval. Now, the one downside to this is it does not tell you exactly what these values are, exactly what crosses the x-axis. So that's what I was saying about you may need to zoom out / zoom in to find out exactly what those numbers are. So I had to zoom in pretty far to find out that on the left side, that's -8. And by the way, there are zoom in and out buttons over here on the side. Now you can also click and drag your graph so that I can get over here to the right side. It looks like it's in, but I'm going to zoom in until it tells me it's exactly 11. Now, the other detail about this, hopefully you can see this over here on the side, it's a dashed line on both sides. It's a dashed line, okay? It's not a solid line, it's a dashed line. So what that means is -8 and +11 are not included in our answer. So here's how we need to express that answer. Okay, there is one interval, -8 to 11, it's not included, so we use parentheses. Okay, this one did not have an equal to, so it's going to be parentheses. It was not equal to 19. Notice, if you plug -8 into this inequality, 2 times -8 is -16 minus 13, that's -19. The absolute value of -19 is +19. That would make it equal 19. It doesn't equal 19, so that's why parentheses, not a bracket. Okay? Let's do a couple more, see if we can find all the different scenarios here. So you just completely clear that one out. Let's do this one. Absolute value, -5 plus, use x, don't use k. All right, x over 3. You need to, once you're in the denominator, you got to get out of the denominator to finish your absolute value. Is greater than or equal to. Now, you can get the greater than or equal to from the keyboard down at the bottom, or you can use the greater than symbol on the keyboard and then you immediately hit the equal sign after that, and it will turn it into greater than or equal to. Okay, greater than or equal to 1. So mine is black this time. You can also, well, I can't, mine's as small as it'll go, but if you can kind of drag that out of the way, or if you see the little 2 arrows up here at the top, if you click that, it'll make the equation go away so you can see the graph bigger. So let's see here. I'm over here. I can see the right side pretty clearly. The right side here is 12. I need to drag it over here. Ooh, okay, it looks like it's never ending. So let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so this is what's really going on. If I zoom out a little bit, I can see this one doesn't have one interval, it has 2 shaded regions. So I'm going to have 2 intervals here. I still need to zoom in and find out exactly what those x values are. Once I get to a certain point, I can clearly see that they are 12 and 18. Okay, 12 and 18 are my numbers. So when I have 2 shaded regions, think about it how we were doing our increasing, decreasing, positive, negative, that sort of thing. All the way over here on the left is what? -infinity to 12. Then we've got 18 all the way here on the right. What is that? Positive infinity. Okay, so that's how we are going to express that answer. -infinity to 12. Now this one, notice it did not have dashed lines. It had solid lines. Look at the inequality. It is equal to. So you put a bracket with your 12 and you put a bracket with the 18. Any questions with how I came up with those intervals right there? Any questions about putting it in decimal? Are we able to follow along with that? Okay. One thing, this is interval notation. Math 3 does focus on interval notation, but I have seen inequality notation, bless you. So let's go over that really, really quickly. I didn't do it with the first one, so let's go back to that first one. Okay, what this means, what this interval means, is that your V is anywhere between -8 and 11. So in inequality form, that's what this looks like. V is between -8 and 11. Not equal to, but between. So over here, this would be that K is less than or equal to 12, and K is greater than or equal to 18. Okay? Any number less than 12 should fall between negative infinity and 12. Right? Any number bigger than 18, greater than 18, should be between 18 and positive infinity. So be familiar with both those intervals. When I give you some practice problems here in a minute, the answer key will have both notations. You got to know that those are that they mean the same thing. All right, let's look at a couple more just to make sure that we've got it. This next one has a little division with it. So we've got the absolute value. Again, use X, don't use Q. Over 4 is greater than 2. So we need to zoom out, find out, do we have one interval or two? We have two intervals. I need to find out what those values are. See here, this one looks like -7. And the one on the right is 9. Okay, and we had dashed lines. So we've got -infinity to -7, parentheses, because it's not equal to, and 9 to positive infinity, parentheses again, because it does not have the equal to, it had that dashed line. So this one is Q is less than -7, and Q is greater than 9. Now, something else you can do to kind of check yourself on these, pick a number. Pick a number that's less than -7. So like pick, I don't know, -10. That sounds like a good easy number. Plug -10 into this. -10 minus 1 is -11. Absolute value of that is positive 11. 11 divided by 4 is greater than 2. It's these numbers are going to make this statement true. They're going to make that inequality true. Same thing would happen if I picked positive 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. Absolute value is 9. 9 divided by 4. I don't have the exact decimal for it, but I know that it's greater than 2. Okay? So that's what these statements are actually saying. All right, a couple more. Absolute value 8x plus 10 plus 3 is less than or equal to 25. I zoom out, okay, I got one interval. So let's see here, what are our numbers? We've got -4 over here and 1.5 on the other side. So it is equal to, so we got brackets, -4. I usually don't like decimals, but since we're using the technology, I'm okay with that in this case. -4 to 1.5. Okay, in inequality form, that would be -4 is less than or equal to A, which is less than or equal to 1.5. We've got one interval, then there is one inequality, not two. It's between those two numbers. All right, last one, and then I'm going to let y'all practice. -1 minus 4, absolute value, x plus 9, less than or equal to -21. Little shortcut, like on this one, I'm zoomed in pretty far. The little house over here on the right side will kind of put you in a standard -10 to 10 window, like you're used to, so you don't have to spend quite so much time zooming in and out. We do see two intervals here, so we're going to have two answers, -14 and -4, it would appear. So -infinity to -14, this one is equal to, and -4 to positive infinity, or x is less than or equal to negative 14, and x is greater than or equal to negative 4. So Desmos really, really, really makes this topic a whole lot easier.